Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. We are coming up on the release of Far Cry 6, so I wanted to take the time to take a look at these system requirements, which honestly are not all too crazy, and then also want to give you guys a brief update on Elden Ring. That game is out in just about 3.5 months, a little bit quiet on the front of promotion from Bandai Namco regarding that game, but looks like we got some positive news on it, so more on that in just a little bit. But first of all, system requirements for Far Cry 6. Let's breeze through this real quick. And by the way, there are benchmarks already going up right now, so you guys can find them yourself. I'll just take a look at what Ubisoft has listed. We've got minimum and recommended, but at least they clarify that minimum is 30 FPS and recommended is 60 FPS. We don't have a resolution or settings for them, so you gotta love that. But nevertheless, I thought let's talk about it. Minimum AMD Ryzen 3 1200 or an Intel Core i5 4460 3.1 gigahertz, so relatively tame there. RAM at minimum is 8 gigabytes. Minimum GPU RX 460 or an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 960. So all in all, nothing too crazy as far as that's concerned. Recommended, it does note 60 FPS. CPU, AMD Ryzen 5 3600X at 3.8 GHz. Intel Core i7 7700 at 3.6 GHz. 16 gigabytes of RAM. And then an AMD RX Vega 64 or an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1088 gigabytes. So 1088 gigabytes, that's a few generations old. We've had the 2000 series and the 3000. So that being recommended isn't all too crazy. But bear in mind that this is a game that's also being released on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. So I wasn't expecting the system requirements to be all too hefty here, but yeah, 1080, nothing too crazy there. I think that's a GPU that a lot of people are still running just because typically what a lot of people do as far as their upgrade path on PC, they'll get one generation of GPU and then you usually take a generation or two off. More often than not, I hear people taking a generation off and then they'll get another GPU and then sell their current one. But what happened was, a lot of people bought the 10 series GPUs back when they came out. Then they skipped the RTX 2070, 2080 going that route. And then they wanted to get a 3070 or 3080, and you guys know what happened at that point. And they haven't been able to get a 3070 or a 3080 without paying an arm or a leg. So they're kind of stuck with the 1080 for now, but at least in the case of Far Cry 6, that 1080 is going to get you through. I should also note that hard drive requirement is listed at 60 gigabytes. It also does note for HD texture pack, Far Cry 6 is 16 gigabytes of VRAM. So if you're looking to use the texture pack, you're going to want 16 gigabytes of VRAM, so yeah, that's quite hefty. Okay, moving on from that, Elden Ring, a game that's coming out January 21st of 2022, right around the corner. I've had my skepticism on whether or not this game is actually going to be dropping in 2022, with how gaming is, so many delays happening. This is one of those games that I can easily see getting delayed. However, it looks like development is wrapping up on it. In an interview with Famitsu, which the people over at Reddit did translate, it was noted, we're in the final stages of development and we're moving forward quietly. Also noting, you can explore the open field and seamlessly visit small to medium-sized dungeons within it, talking about the world of the game. There are several types of dungeons to explore, such as catacombs and auditoriums. At the end of the world, we have what we call legacy dungeons, and that's huge, like castle that you have seen in previous From Software titles. So, yes, the game is coming out in January 21st, but you guys have to remember that a game needs to go gold about, 6 to 8 weeks before the release of the game, so they need to finish up with the development of this game by early to mid-December. And yes, they can work on day one patches and things like that, but you need to get the game at a suitable state by that early to mid-December point, and then you can move forward from there. So they are coming up at a point where it is I hate to say it, but it is crunch time potentially for the guys over at From Software, because now's the time to really put the final touches on the game. And, if it gets delayed, I don't think it'd be the end of the world, but I do think From Software is obviously going to try as hard as they can to hit that January release window. If it is delayed, we should find out within the next month and a half, but, right, they haven't said anything about moving the date, so January 21st, I mean, this game is right around the corner, and given that we really got the most significant update just a little while ago, the fact that it's out this soon, I find a little bit surprising, but yeah, it's one of my most anticipated games over the next 6 to 8 months. This, Horizon, and a couple other games, Battlefield, of course, but Elden Ring is definitely going to be a game that, and I'm not the biggest From Software guy in the world, I like their games, I appreciate their games, But those games I usually play once and then I move on to the next game that I have to play. I'm not, one person to stick around and play those games over and over again. And if you do, more power to you. You're getting a lot of longevity out of those games. The modding scene is crazy too. And I think Elden Ring is going to be a very special game. And it looks like development is reaching the final stages, so that's cool to see. But that's going to do it for me. Again, Far Cry 6 system requirements I think are relatively tame, all things considered. And if you're looking forward to Elden Ring, looks like we are going to be able to play it come January 21st. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comments as well, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.